Hey, Baconair 650 here with,
The doctor.
and today we're just going to be going over some of the footage of our the op we went to last, Operation World War III over at Battle Creek Field. And before we start the first video here, we'll quickly talk about things that we like, things we didn't like at the op. So let's start off things that we didn't like at the op.
There was no chronographer.
Yeah, they forgot that.
They
And
forgot
there were
that.
definitely some people here, as you'll see in some of the videos, definitely shooting way, way too hot. Some of our equipment took some damage. I have a dent in one of my helmets, and one of my goggle systems, the Revision, got a pretty nasty scratch on it, too.
Yeah, goggles that are
Yeah.
meant to are ballistic rated.
Yeah, and I felt like our side, the tan side, was just playing US for the game. We did a pretty good job of trying to play that Milsim experience, but the other team was kind of be driven a little bit more towards they gamed it.
Yep.
They
Definitely
just
Call of Duty style.
Yeah, they just want to go
Rushed.
there and just win. Yeah, rush everything. They didn't try to have a simulation. The owner did say it's kind of a semi Milsim event, so it's not going to be probably as hardcore, but.
A little more discipline would be
Yeah,
nice.
a little more discipline, a little less rushing around, and have a bit more realism. I think would have done better.
But it's a small local place. So
A small local place. The
what you
Milsim
expect.
scene here is just almost non-existent. There's probably only a few people who are interested in it, and it's really hard to get. I think everyone who was interested in Milsim pretty much was on the tan side.
Yeah.
And then the green side, it was like nobody. They just want to go around and shoot people, which kind of took away from us that we wanted something a little more immersive, and they were more about, there's one individual, I think there was just kind of being the ringleader and pretty much kind of pushing it
Yeah.
I don't want to play Milsim, I want to just come here and shoot people.
There were definitely a few of them like that.
Yeah, but there's one in particular, and I can't really point out to who it was, nor would I on this publication. But are we ready to start our first video?
Yeah.
All right. So first video here is going to be the first game here, in which case this was the only game which had full auto rules for everybody, and. So basic ARs and saws and everything had full auto rules. Minimum engagement distance for sniper rifles, I believe, were 100 feet, and then for saws, it was 50 feet, or any machine gunner, which I don't think anyone really followed that rule.
No.
Later on. But yeah, so this was probably, I would say this was our least favorite game. South side of the town area here tends to be a little bit more, you're at a much bigger disadvantage than the north side. Yeah, and we'll probably talk a little, we'll probably do our initial review of the field coming up here probably in a few days, and then we'll kind of fill in our suggestions, how to help kind of improve the field a little bit. But enough rambling here, let's start the video. And we're starting it.
Keep a lookout.
Yeah, so here we're just kind of taking our positions here. This is where it definitely kind of felt more Milsim.
Yeah, right now. Everyone's
Yeah.
moving slowly, figuring out areas of cover.
Yeah.
Where you can lay down
And then the
fire.
other force, they just kind of rushed it.
Yeah, they rushed fast.
Depends
Yeah,
on
I
his
was not
firefight
expecting
they
them to
want.
come that soon.
I'd send him.
I don't think anybody was, really.
Yeah, it was just, one, I don't think we knew how close they were, and I think that, again, it came into them gaming it.
Now, I remember at this point there were two squads. There was one
So they've
squad
made
that was actually in
contact.
the force, but I don't know what
gun
they
up.
did.
Yeah.
So
They eventually came back, and we'll see that there. We actually engaged them, our own team. And we just didn't know it. Yeah, I forgot to turn my sight on there. Yeah, and that's where we started engaging them. Just little pot shots. They were pretty out in the distance. And we just didn't really know how they were going to engage. So I moved up here, trying to close in that distance gap, get a better feel. Clearing my corners, making sure. have someone playing. And this was a good position for me right here.
Now I know you can't. I don't know if you'll get it in the
Happy,
film or
move
not,
up!
but there's like a power station to the left that's people get behind.
Yeah, I don't think it got covered up there.
Guy
But yeah,
moving to
this
the
game,
right!
yeah, so I got those two guys out. They were carrying something. This guy just kept shooting at it. I didn't know if he wasn't calling his hits or the brush was giving him some soft cover. I really don't know. Using 0.32 gram Wilson Max BBs from Elite Force here.
We got two in front of me!
Yeah, I got some more people there. And then you. There's that.
That rate of fire is insane.
Yeah, it's respectable. Yeah, and really you don't use full auto too much.
Shouldn't be. At least.
Yeah, I used to be a little heavier on the trigger, and I didn't notice a huge difference in ammo consumption. And I wasn't having to I didn't feel like my
Where's it
dump
coming
pouch
from?
was always really heavily loaded.
wanna
And I was
move
actually
back.
trying to put the magazines on back in their pouches, and it worked out really well. I think it really kept me a lot lighter on my feet doing that way. Let's see, yeah. There's probably, I would say, all right, you see that building just right next there?
Yeah.
That's where the guy was. And I think that's probably about 30 feet.
You see where it's
I'd
coming
say,
from?
give or take.
Tell it hurt him when it hit.
Oh. Yeah, and you can actually hear that hitting me hard, and it really hurt. It felt like getting hit by a paintball, and like a bad paintball. He was definitely shooting way, way high.
See, that's dangerous too for people who wear like the mesh eye protection.
Yeah, because those BBs were definitely shattering.
Yeah.
Yeah, those. There's another video where I felt the BB shatter, and it put a huge dent in my helmet.
There's a guy mid-building!
Well,
Over
it has
on
to be
this
people
side,
who
right
play
in,
with
right in front of me.
mesh and they put glasses underneath the mesh.
Yeah, and that's how you really should do it.
Yeah.
And the rules here, they're pretty loose.
Players out!
Their
Guys, go
insurance
to the
doesn't
left!
require
Go
too
to the
much.
left!
It's just because you can doesn't mean you really should. I mean, these are your eyes. They're not like your teeth that have replacement,
Yeah, exactly.
prosthetic replacements.
Well, they got glass eyes.
Yeah, we can't use. They're not functional. My porcelain tooth is functional.
There's a guy right here. As soon as you peek over, he's really hard to see.
He's wearing British.
Yeah, I noticed. I remember him. He had the British flag on.
Yeah.
See if you can
He's a
go
pretty
behind
cool
that pile of rocks and see.
I'd say everybody on our team seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, I would definitely play with them again.
Yes, definitely. They're definitely team oriented and keeping it Milsim like.
Yeah, and playing honestly too.
Yeah, exactly.
Got him.
They were there to play Milsim.
How many were there from Edwardsville?
You know, I don't know. I didn't ask around it.
There was at least two I remember hearing they used to play Bing.
Yeah. And Bing is just really a big game.
Yeah. This is definitely probably my least favorite field because other than
Yeah,
buildings, there's
and
no
that's
cover.
usually yeah. And this guy over here, he was really cool, really good. They were looking at me to be the team lead. I'm like, yeah, I've been through this before, and he did a really great job.
I'll be holding on for a while.
Next game will be more fun. We'll have
Yeah,
batteries.
you know, it's actually really funny, but you usually always think like the towns are always the more fun field. To me, I thought the woods was significantly more fun.
the woods are always more fun.
I wouldn't say that. Because, like, given the choice if I could play in the woods or a mountain facility, I would go with the mountain facility.
Yeah, I meant here though.
Yeah.
And
And look, you can kind of see how this side of the field, notice that it's mainly tires and an old, there's not as many buildings.
No, there's none. There's just the
Yeah.
Cover fire, ready?
the concrete
Gotcha.
pipes and the tires.
Yeah. And honestly, what I would do probably is take these wooden structures.
Keep contact.
Oh, yeah. So that guy I'm trying to light up, I'm like, holy crap, he's got a good flank on us. That turned out to be our own teammate.
Oh no.
That was the first squad. We were second squad, so this
Yeah.
or something like that. And they just didn't communicate that they came back up here.
Yeah.
And of course, we're throwing a lot of firepower at them.
We can get someone to the tires. We'll be a little better
There's
off.
actually a situation where we don't know who is whose team.
Hey,
And I
contact
agree with that one guy. We definitely should have. They should have armbands.
I don't know. That takes a lot out of it. I think what people need to do is actually read the rules instead of just showing up. Yeah, because they should know. So we knew it was tan versus green. And then there's kind of the civilian, and I thought that's where it got complicated.
Civilian. I never knew who was our side civilian, who was their side.
Yeah, and I think that's a problem. I mean, the way you have to do that is either take the civilians and say, get the ones who look like a team together and combine them together,
Yeah.
and then have them set off to this as like one team that goes on this side. So if they're wearing khaki bottoms with a black T-shirt, there you go on like U.S. side.
Yeah.
Or if they're
Squad 1, are you coming into the town? Over.
yeah, this is where we're finding out
We
it's
need to
the other
consolidate
team
with us.
or our team.
Hey! Squad 2!
But just like in real life, there's always friendly fire.
We
Yeah.
got Squad 2 moving over there.
And this
Hey,
is kind of the
Squad 2,
whole,
Squad 2.
if everyone wears like U.S. military stuff,
Squad 2!
I think that's the
You got a
easiest
guy
way.
in that building!
There was definitely a lot of
That's
U.S.
them the whole
colors.
time.
Yeah, you had the multicam. I saw ATACs.
Yeah, well,
Digital.
So really, all that should be is maybe multicam, ACU, maybe
I saw some of
the
those
Marpats.
Alright, guy
There's
coming
one
out.
guy who was saying, well, we talked to, and he's
Two
kind of
guys
got a
coming
point,
out.
but he's like,
Out of what?
he was wearing
Trailer.
old Woodland 3D, and
Yeah.
traditionally he was like, well, that's what the U.S. wore like in the 90s. Well, we're not doing a historical reenactment
two guys
here.
in there.
I mean, the fact is it's a
don't know
great
how many are
camouflage,
left.
but that 3-color Woodland, I think it's M81. That's used by a lot of rebel fractions right now.
Yeah, it
and
is.
stuff because it's in surplus.
Oh, yeah.
So that is traditionally the bad guy color, and it makes it the bad guy stuff more affordable, as opposed to having Russian camo.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Chinese force I think was a little bit bigger than ours. Not by a whole lot. Not enough that it would matter.
Yeah, I
Those-
think they were
those-
definitely more balanced compared to the first time we played here, where it was horribly unbalanced. And I think what they did
Move
were
up to it.
they basically filled in the civilians
Move up to
to
the
help
building.
balance the team. I think that was a great idea. Like I said, the armband thing I think would be good for the civilians.
Yeah.
To have some sort of armband or
Yeah, we
Well, I
noticed
just know
that.
at band,
Hey, you,
they've always
post
given
over
us,
here.
Colored bands to put on our
yeah,
arm.
but that's because everyone changes
Yes.
color. But it greatly takes away from the realism,
Oh yeah.
the immersion. And I've preferred camouflage colors over
Dirty clearing.
armbands
Our
every
team's
single
clearing the
time.
trailer.
But it has to be done right. I think
I think Battle Creek would probably be better off right now with the armbands, just because they're so local and small.
yeah, and it's not really them, it's the crowd.
Yeah,
The crowd
their
is
clientele isn't.
There's like our squad here. We're obviously tan.
Yeah.
We are 100% obviously tan. We're multicam. We're all wearing U.S. camouflage too. We look U.S.
Yeah, we do. I saw them clearing.
Which I don't know what it is about this area not wanting to be U.S.
I think it's
Everyone-
honestly has to do with affordability.
Yeah, it's more expensive. It's getting more affordable though.
It is, because I finally was able to buy multicam
Again,
pants and top.
yeah, it's just the other ones that you lost. the
One
other
right
ones.
over
But
here
yeah,
on the
it's
far
like,
left
it's
of
not-
that string
it's
of
getting more
buildings.
affordable,
And then
especially
through
with
that
the
window,
military.
you can see a guy hiding behind
And
some
this is just
towers.
us.
Hey, I'm gonna move to that building. That building, guy far left. See the
I will
light
say
shade
one
one?
of the nice
The
things
farthest
about
building from
playing
that
the
string,
game
there's a guy behind
is
there.
since it's so close to
real quick.
SAUE.
Cover both
I know
sides.
SAUE has a ROTC program. Sometimes we've been there, we've actually been playing with people who are in the ROTC program. Yeah. With
Yeah, a bit.
adding
But
some realism to it too, because they're more or less actually playing the game with their skills they've learned.
yeah, but I always feel like Bing is just gaming at this. We're getting at times into the mill sim. I feel like we're kind of there's a drone. I feel like we're kind of at times getting into it, but it's just the other players are preventing it from actually happening. So that's kind of just the issue with that.
Roger.
I mean, we're kind of comparing like a seasoned field versus a field just starting. So it's really hard.
This is true.
Yeah, so I don't want it to make it sound like, never go here. It's
No.
It's quite the
not
opposite.
all I'm saying. It's go here
This
so they
field
get
is
more.
growing,
Gotcha.
and a lot of these things that may seem like negative, we're just giving feedback of where they need to work on. So that way they're not taking shots in the dark. They actually feel like, all right, these are areas we need to
Where's
work
where?
on.
Trailer? Yeah.
I wonder if next time I should take
Put me
my
in
drone
positions.
Does it have a camera?
out. Yep.
Yeah, I think
It links to
there's
my
no
phone.
rule. There's no rules against it.
I would just ask no one to shoot it.
Yeah. So JTAC, Milsim events, they have rules for small drones. Those are the ones that are allowed. You can't have one of the big ones. There's a mad cat.
It's actually the original Crazy Cat.
Yep. All pissed off. Yeah, a cat fight going on. Yeah, but you could have actually heard one of the BBs hit.
I heard
Someone was shooting really hot.
Contact straight in front of us.
I didn't run into him at all.
There's
in
one
the
guy
second
out
game,
this
so
side,
I'm guessing
too.
he probably
No.
just stayed in the city.
Yeah. Second game
New to
second
you?
game was just great.
Second game was a lot better.
Yeah, I really liked second game. This game was probably the least favorite. And a lot of it was killed by that person shooting.
All right.
Yeah.
There again, you can hear those hit. Yeah, and that's it. That's all for the first game video that I had. So kind of just our comments on that game.
Not the best.
Not the best. I think from what we can learn from this, that the town field definitely needs a redesign. The south side of the field is just not there. And what I personally would do is just take some of the building structures and actually kind of put them kind of close to each other, and then put OSB or plywood boards, combine them, and make them into like a half the trailer sized building with multiple rooms in it.
I remember saying the trailer is done, like it's destroyed. So
It may be coming down.
yeah, I went for just gonna take it down because he said it's on its last leg anyway. And that last game, people were jumping in and out of windows, which I'm sure did a lot of damage to it. I've yet to really ever be inside of it.
I've never been inside
so
of it.
I don't know what it looks like.
The closest I have ever been to, you could see, was when I came up close to the door.
Yeah.
That's the closest I've ever been to it.
I looked into the window, and there was definitely a lot of stuff hanging down, but my camera wasn't working this game.
Yeah. I mean, they can probably clean it up a little bit and still use it a bit more, but I think what they probably need to do is have rules about no jumping through the windows, because that's probably doing extra damage to it.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah, and let's see. But yeah, it just kind of felt like the other side just kind of gamed it, and I think the full auto kind of really didn't help the experience.
Now the next
And the
game,
hot guns, yeah.
the next game they do change it to single fire only unless you're a squad automatic weapon.
Yeah, which is kind of standard Milsim rules.
Although the second game was the second game where the guy pulled out the shield and the plunger.
Yeah, but that's kind of the balance of it. Is
Okay.
that the rule is that the guy could carry the shield, but he can't have a gun.
Yeah.
You can only have a melee weapon, which I'm like, all right. And he got one kill off of it.
Did he really?
Yeah, he really did. I gotta watch it.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed. I'm like, ah, crap! I didn't have the camera working. So yeah.
Was he in the woods or the city?
He was in the road.
Okay, so I never
The
went
road
to
up on by top of the cliff. Yeah.
Okay, I stayed
Yeah.
in force the whole time in the second game.
Yeah.